So the first thing Jesus teaches us is that ministry is not always about convenience. But then Jesus teaches us not only is ministry as its birth not always about convenience, but secondly, it will go to a class or to various communities. Notice Jesus says in verse number 4, he said, he must needs go through Samaria. Sometimes in ministry, we have certain places that we say that we won't go there. But if we're going to have true ministry, Jesus says, I'm willing to go across the line. Whether it be community or class, it doesn't matter, because the Lord says my word must go forward. And if true ministry is going to be birthed in our lives, we must be willing to cross lines of community as well as class to get the word out. Jesus said, I know that we normally don't go this way, but there is a need for ministry through you. And as ministries are birthed, it will often take us in places where we don't normally go. Are you ready with me? Jesus is teaching us in this text that ministry, one, is not always convenient, but two, it's not always about the class and community. We must be willing to do whatever it takes. But then Jesus also says that in ministry, it always seems like it's under construction. Jesus left. He was tired. He sat by the well. And the disciples went to the city. In ministry sometimes, the people that you're walking with, sometimes they got to go for God to take us where he needs to take us. Can you hear what he said? Ministry is always under construction. See, we can't always do it like we've always done it. Time changes things, but the word stays the same. And Jesus teaches us through this text, through this woman, how ministry is done. And I want to share with us at least 3 things I've done about this woman, how this Jesus changed her life and started a ministry. One is ministry is birthed through an encounter with Christ. The text says that she was on her way to draw water. And Jesus said to her, give me to drink. And I'm going to tell you, one, this woman was certainly caught off guard. You know the story. You know, Jews didn't have dealings with Samaria. So therefore, it was strange for Jesus to be talking to her. But I said with you earlier, when it's about Jesus, you got to be willing to cross the line. Brothers and sisters, this text tells us that an encounter with Christ makes all the difference in ministry. Before I was able to go to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, I was so excited. I was excited because there were people who had been there before I got there. And they were telling me about there was this Spider-Man, and there was this Hulk, and there was this different roller coasters, and you had to go see Jurassic Park. I was so excited just by them telling their story. But when I walked upon great theme park, my life changed. That one encounter changed my life so much. Because when I got there, everything they had said to me, it was 10 times greater. I mean, when you walk on the place, they met you with pictures. You got to see various characters. You got to experience the shows. It was something I couldn't imagine. But that one encounter changed my life so much that I tried to book it every year to go to Orlando, Florida. I succeeded with about 2 or 3 that have. It was that encounter that changed my life. It was something about the theme park. And I wonder today, what kind of encounter have you had with Christ that has changed your life? Because somebody had to tell you about it. But when you had your first experience with it, what kind of change did it make in your life? Did you want to keep wanting to go back to church? Did you want to keep going to Bible study? Did you want to keep wanting to go to Sunday school? Did you want to keep going to church? Did you feel something when you missed church? Because of that one encounter that you had with Jesus. And if ministry is going to be successful, we ought not complain because we got a rehearsal. We ought not complain because we got this going on at church, because it's our encounter with Jesus. My encounter with Jesus has made a difference. And in life, ministry cannot survive without Jesus. This woman had an encounter with Jesus. She come to say it with Jesus about this living water. Brothers and sisters, Jesus talked about this water springing up from everlasting life. Brothers and sisters, the woman said, I don't have anything to draw with. This instance also started something else. And the second thing that it does is when we encounter Christ, it also will expand our comprehension.